Hello everyone. Today I welcome all class 11 students in this session. And today I am going to discuss with you about Kingdom Protista after the Monera in 5 kingdom classification given by R.H. Whittaker. The next kingdom is Kingdom Protista. The important features of the Kingdom Protista are they are single-celled, unicellular, as well as eukaryotic microscopic organisms. Some of the protists are primarily aquatic. The cells are having true well-defined nucleus and membrane-bound cell organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum. In protestant algae, the plastids are also present. The kingdom forms a link with other kingdom like kingdom Plantae, Animalia, and fungi because the boundaries of this kingdom are not well defined. In this kingdom, algae-like organisms are there, then protozoans, fungi are also given the place. The mode of nutrition in Kingdom Protista, they are photosynthetic autotrophs like phytoplanktons, which are seen floating in water bodies like algae, diatoms, etc. and non-photosynthetic heterotrophs. They are the zooplanktons. The protozoans, they are having the holozoic mode of nutrition like amoeba and paramecium, other protozoans are there. Some are parasites. In other animals, some live symbiotically in the guts of some insects like cockroaches, termites, etc. to digest cellulose. Some forms are decomposers like slime molds. They are the decomposers on the ecosystem. Protists, they reproduce asexually by binary fission and sexually by the process of cell fusion, and the zygote formation takes place. Protists in nature, they are consumers, producers, consumers as well as decomposers. For examples, diatoms, dinoflagellates, euglena, amoeba, plasmodium, slime molds, etc. Let us classify the Kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista is classified into 3 groups. Photosynthetic protist, they are the autotrophs. Further, photosynthetic protista, they are divided into 3 groups: chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, and euglenoids. In chrysophytes, Chrysophyrella, dinoflagellates, Goniolax, and euglenoids, Euglena are the examples. Second group is saprophytic protista. They are the saprophytes. The slime molds are in this group, fungi-like organism, Dictyostelium. Protozoans, protists, they are the heterotrophs, and they are divided into 4 groups further: amoeboid protozoans like amoeba, flagellated protozoans like trypanosoma, ciliated protozoans, paramecium, and sporozoans, the plasmodium, which is a parasites. Let us discuss photosynthetic protists in short. Chrysophytes, they are the group of diatoms and golden brown algae called desmids. They are microscopic, found floating passively in the water, and they are called phytoplanktons. Phyto means plants and planktons means microscopic aquatic plants found floating. They are found in fresh water as well as marine water. They are generally the photosynthetic and they are the chief producers in the ecosystem. And about 6,000 species are known, mostly they were marine. In diatoms, the cell walls are two thin, overlapping cells which fit together like a soap box. They have deposit of silica in their cell walls, and thus the cell walls are not destructible. When diatoms die, they form a large deposit of silica on the ocean floor, which takes billions of years to form diatomaceous earth. So, the soil being gritty, these diatomaceous earth, they are used for polishing as a very fine abrasive. The cell wall of diatoms can be used to filter small impurities such as infiltration of oils and the syrups. The diatoms examples are Triceratium, which is a diatom, and Chrysospirilla is a golden brown algae. In dinoflagellates like Goniolax, they are unicellular, marine, and photosynthetic organisms. They are also the chief producers in oceans. And due to the bioluminescence property, the dinoflagellates, they exhibit yellow, green, brown, blue, or red color depending upon the pigment present in their cell walls. So the structure of the Goniolax, the body is enclosed in stiff cellulose wall divided into plates, give an armored appearance. They have two unequal flagella which lies longitudinally and another one lies transversely in the Goniolax. The Goniolax, they are also called red dinoflagellates because when they rapidly multiply in water bodies, so due to their blooming, they make the sea appears red, and they are popularized as red tide of the sea. When they bloom, they releases toxins in large number which kills marine animals including fishes. Other example is Glinodinium of dinoflagellates. Euglenoids, they are the Euglena, unicellular, free-living organisms generally found in fresh water also in stagnant water. Instead of cell wall in Euglena, they have a protein-rich layer called pellicle, which is flexible and help them to change their shape. They have two flagella for movement, one short and a long, one is long flagella, which helps them in locomotion or movement. They also possess chlorophyll, and hence, in the presence of light, they can photosynthesize and prepare the food. But when light is not available, sunlight is not available, the Euglena behave like an animal, and with the help of flagella, they eat up small microscopic organisms. The pigment, chlorophyll pigment of euglenoids is very much similar to the chlorophyll present in the green plants. So the chlorophyll appears green in color and helps in photosynthesis. Reproduction in Euglena asexually by longitudinal binary fission, and during unfavorable condition, they also form cyst and remain dormant. Slime molds are saprophytic protist. The body is found on decaying organic matter, and under favorable condition, they form an aggregation, a group of slime molds called plasmodium, containing many nuclei which grow and spread over a large area and keep on flowing in an amoeba-like manner on the soil of forest or dead leaves, as well as dead twigs and stems also. But during unfavorable condition, the plasmodium differentiates and forms fruiting bodies bearing spores at the tip, and these spores, they are able to withstand extremely unfavorable adverse condition, and on return of the favorable condition, these spores, they are released, the fruiting body bursts to release the spores and dispersed by air, and when the condition is favorable, they germinate again into the slime molds. Protozoans, amoeba-like organism. These are shapeless organism having pseudopodia as a false feet to capture or to engulf the prey, also for locomotion. Some members of amoeboid protozoans are parasites in human and animals. For example, amoeba is a freshwater forms, but entamoeba is a parasite in human body caused amoebic dysentery. Radiolaria is a marine form of amoeboid protozoans. Flagellated protozoans like Trypanosoma, they are free. Trypanosoma, they are the parasites. They have a rigid covering called pellicle, which gives them flexibility. They have flagella that help in locomotion. The parasitic forms, they causes the sleeping sickness disease. The trypanosoma is supposed to cause sleeping sickness in the human being. Ciliated protozoans, they are the paramecium. They have a sleeper-shaped body structure, aquatic, have cilia all over the body, and have oral groove which leads to gullet and acts as a mouth to capture the insects. They move with the help of the movement of the cilia. The food is taken from the oral groove and then in the gullet, and a food vacuole is formed by membrane biogenesis, and the food is digested there, and undigested part is thrown out from the body of the paramecium. Sporozoans like Plasmodium, they are the parasitic in human being causing malaria. They have a very simple structure because of parasitic mode of life. They have a very thin pellicle, cytoplasm and nucleus structure. They form infectious spores like stage in their life cycle. So, thank you for this session.